Steve Mnuchin says that he is pretty comfortable spending another $3 trillion because the Treasury can lock up low interest rates. You know what? I just want to tell you, I'm not this bad anymore. I used to really just it was the principal thing. But, I remember my wife and I walking away. We were young, walking away from buying a car because the payment was 55 cents more than they promised me it would be. And, my wife was so embarrassed. But you know what? I said, look, it's the principle. You said it was going to be this. Anyway. A payment is a payment is a payment. And I don't understand what sometimes we don't understand about debt. Cheap debt and expensive debt. So cheap debt being a very low interest rate and expensive debt being very, high interest rates. Do you know what they call them? You know what they call that? They call it debt. Yeah. So the cheap debt, they call it debt. The up debt, the high debt, the expensive, the 6% interest rates, they still call it debt. It's debt. Because every single month for a very long period of time, you got to pay it back. And you can become as enslaved by debt with a 1% interest rate as you can become enslaved with a debt at 4% interest rate. So is it better since the government's got zero income, they have negative income. So since they have no income and they have negative income, is it better to have less negative income than more negative? Of course it is. Yeah, I'm all for it. But $3 trillion at 0% interest rate is still debt of $3 trillion, which means, even though it has no interest, free, it means that we now have to have $3 trillion more income. We don't have it, and we can't get it. We don't have the income to service the debt that we have. Yeah, but this debt's not going to require any servicing. So all the servicing of the debt, let's say interest rate goes to zero, so we don't have any more debt payments because we're just going to keep it on our books. Well, the government can do that. You and I can't, but the government can. They can just leave it on their balance sheet and never pay any of it off. But look, we are at a place where we are not going to grow our way out of the debt. Now, having said this, I am all for the $3 trillion worth of debt if we take the time to learn from the aid that we have provided thus far to American workers and American businesses. And we take a look at that and say, we should have done this or we should have done that, and refine it and make it better. What happened to President Trump's original tax holiday? What happened to that? So, do you know how many nonprofits, how many businesses are now faced with they're going to have to pay back that debt that they have? They're going to have to actually make payments on it because they changed the rules after people borrowed the debt. So if you are a business that can more than handle your debt and keep people working, you've got this big slush fund, then you didn't have any business borrowing it to begin with. You didn't need to borrow it to begin with. So since you didn't need to borrow it to begin with, we're not going to forgive it. So you got to pay it back. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.